Hey everybody, I'm Agent Funk. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about YouTube taking down one of my videos because it violated their sex and nudity policy. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you know the type of content that I normally release, which is primarily comic book and collectible related type videos. Now, just to give you some background on what happened, a couple of weeks ago, I got the chance to interview David Nakayama again, which is really exciting. He had just released 6 variant covers for the upcoming Hellfire Gala event that Marvel's having. And, I was really excited to interview him, wanted to hear his thoughts on how he came up with his covers. I was really trying to get that video out before the first issue of the Hellfire Gala released. And, I busted my ass to get that video filmed and edited and then uploaded and scheduled. And then I got an email on a Saturday from YouTube basically saying, "Hi, Agent Funk Comics. We wanted to let you know that our team reviewed your content and we think it violates our sex and nudity policy. We know you may not have realized that this was a violation of our policies, so we're not applying a strike to your channel. However, we have removed the following content from YouTube." So I guess in a way it was great that this was just kind of a warning, but you can imagine to my surprise, I was shocked. I was kind of like, how did this video, violate YouTube's sex and nudity policy, right? Like, I'll basically be playing the video that got removed right over here, and I'll blur out the parts that I suspect violated the policy. And that's kind of like the crazy thing, right? YouTube doesn't tell you exactly what parts of your video violated that policy, right? They just tell you, we removed this video because it violated this thing. For someone like me whose intention wasn't to violate that policy, I have no idea what it was. There's a part in this email that I thought was very interesting. It says, "We are relying less on human reviewers and more on automation alone to make decisions. As a result, some content may get removed in error." If any human person were to watch the video that was removed, they would know that my intention of the video was not to show any nudity. I mean, yes, it has sexy imagery, but the goal wasn't to be sexy. It was actually informative and actually educational because it was a how-to process on how David Nakayama draws. So it was actually educational, which YouTube allows. If you think this removal was an error, please appeal. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to appeal this video because I worked hard on it. I could have done that, and I could just basically have typed out what I'm telling you right now. The only problem is I don't even actually know what the problem is. So it turns out that while I was editing this video, YouTube does in fact give you the reason why a violation was committed. And in my case, it was a custom thumbnail. But in my defense, YouTube actually doesn't tell you what the specific issue is until you are several steps into appealing. I actually didn't go far enough into the appeal process to find out what the specific issue was. And in my case, it was a custom thumbnail. That means all of that stuff I said about the footage being too sexy or me repurposing footage, that actually was okay. It was in fact the custom thumbnail. So I was like, well, let's take a look at the thumbnail. What was the issue? So this is actually the original thumbnail I designed for the David Nakayama Hellfire Gala interview video. What I wanted to do with this thumbnail is I wanted it to be eye-catching, but also showcase some of the covers that David worked on. And I wanted to kind of emphasize the sexiness of these covers, which is why I kind of cropped it the way I did. Now you'll notice I cropped the eyes out, and I wanted to just show everything below just the nose. And for some of these covers, since like Emma and Storm were sitting down like fully, I cropped it in a way where you could still see what they were wearing. I'm making assumptions at this point because, again, YouTube doesn't actually tell you anything specific besides the fact that your custom thumbnail is too sexy. So I have to look at my own thumbnail and figure out what is too sexy here because I don't want to completely change it. I want to keep more or less the same thing. So I need to just figure out what it is that is too sexy. And the only thing I can think of is that, like, if I have to really think about it, would probably be Emma Frost. Well, for one, she's showing the most cleavage. So that could be it. But I think the real reason is, and again, this is an assumption, I'm just assuming at this point, is that it looks like Emma's not wearing any pants. Based on the way I've cropped this image, it just looks like she's not wearing anything below the waist. And also, because of the placement of her hand, it may look like self-gratification. Now, again, I am making assumptions. I don't know if that is in fact the reason. It could be anything. It could be that Captain Britain is booty squatting. It could be that, you know, you see a vicious V on Rogue. It could be any one of these things, right? And so I was like, okay, what can I do to make this less sexy? And so this is the updated version, and this is the version that actually passed. As you can see, I removed Emma Frost completely. I got rid of Captain Britain as well. I just wanted to avoid any booty squatting, and I kept Rogue and Storm, but you'll notice the big difference is that now I have recropped them from the waist up. And because this was approved, and the other one wasn't, I guess YouTube just likes boobs more. So in conclusion, just be careful on how you crop your thumbnails, because it could be misconstrued as being too sexy. And also, just don't use Emma Frost in her Hellfire Gala for anything, because it'll just get flagged as being too hot. Granted, this updated version is not as eye-catching or appealing or as hot, but it got approved, so I'm happy with that. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And for more comic book content, you can click here or here or here. One of the two. There's going to be some videos here, so go ahead and watch those. You really would support the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.